I'm sorry if I just want to talk about this. I don't have a lot of photos, so sorry for that. So I just wanted to say that Zeatrix, that's not important. Zeatrix and Beatrix, like their designs are supposed to be the same, and people are like, why would Zeatrix look different later on? Like, I feel like this is not the writer's mistake. It's more like, I feel like it's not the writer's mistake. It's more like Lego's mistake, because they were like, that they thought that they were sisters, and they probably thought in a company way that, oh, we're making two different minifigures and stuff like that. And for kids, it's going to be easier to see the difference if they look different. But I feel like the writers, they meant for them to look the same, because I think they meant for them to look the same because there's one scene when Lord Roz and Beatrix are talking, and then Lord Roz is like, oh yeah, Zeatrix, and then she's like, do not ever mess me and my sister up again. And like, I feel like if they looked the same, it's easy to tell them apart. I know that they have like the same stripes. The only thing different is the hairpiece. But if you think about it from Lord Roz's side, he got blasted by Zeatrix. He got blasted by someone, by Zeatrix. I feel like you would remember that face. And also, the king, what Roz was talking to, he was talking to the king, and the king was not praising his other daughter. He was just praising his firstborn child. And he was like, oh, she's so great. I feel like he mentioned her way more times than the other one. So if you just saw this, I don't think in like 5 seconds she would get a haircut. Like, I don't think so. I feel like this kind of Lego just didn't realize that the writers wanted to have them look the same, and maybe they were like in season 2 part 2 when they have apparently when they look just the same, they were like, oh, we made a mistake. Oh, we made a mistake, and we're supposed to look the same. Are we going to just redo our old one to make them look the same? Or are we just going to do this one to look the same and for some reason just keep it the same? Because if you kind of think about it, Lloyd's visions, he thought he saw Beatrix, but he might have saw Zeatrix, right? And I feel like the writers aren't, maybe they just didn't make it as clear that they wanted them to look different. And if they did want, the same, not different, but if they did want them to look different, and how Zeatrix even said, oh, I had a whole plan to think like my sister, how to get her throne, but now everyone's running them by themselves, so I can't have my throne. So maybe her plan was like, even maybe kill her sister and pretend to be her sister to be at the throne. Maybe that was her plan, and that's why she cut her hair. Maybe it was that, but I'm going more in the option that her plan was bigger than to take over her sister. I feel like her plan would be bigger than that, and that this is more the animation mistake, and maybe because of that we might get an explanation why does Zeatrix and Beatrix look the same, because maybe one of the writers were like, oh, I meant them to look the same, and then they watched the Ninjago series and they were like, oh, I guess we didn't make it quite clear that we wanted to look the same, and maybe they're gonna explain it in a different season, but that wasn't maybe the original plan or something. maybe that was an original plan. I just don't quite know, but I have just these two theories, that's it. But it is now harder because when I make these videos, I have like sections where I have like all the characters named. It's gonna be like if they Zeatrix or Beatrix is going to be like more seasons. I'm just gonna be like, oh, I have photo. Is it Beatrix? Do I put it in the Beatrix section or do I put it in the Zeatrix section? I'm just gonna have to remember. Oh, that's gonna be hard. Like, Lego might have also thought that this is the same thing as the twins, the time twins. They look different. So maybe that's what they were thinking that they wanted to do. They wanted also the twins to look very different. And if you kind of think about it, you could kind of see it. The older twin had shorter hair, so maybe here they wanted to do the opposite. So the younger twin has shorter hair, and the longer twin has the older twin has longer hair. And how in the time, like, they just want to switch it with the hair, like, because that's it. Because if you think, I know you can't see it quite in this picture, but they have the same stripes even when you look on it. And I do think this point of the thing, I do think it's kind of unfair. Like, I get it and how it's unfair for like Beatrix, that her sister gets to be in throne and also gets to have these cool elemental powers. Like, Aaron made a whole point about this, that he wishes that he would have elemental power. Like, I'm just saying, maybe we could even maybe see Aaron and Beatrix bond. That would be weird. Yeah, but that's my whole opinion. I know in the end I kind of got off topic. But yeah, that's my whole opinion.